So they ended up giving you the title head of design, right?
Yeah, so it was fun to see that they gave it to me almost as a recognition of, "No, this is how we see you, and this is the
Yeah.
offer for you."
Were you able to get the numbers that we discussed?
I got them a little bit more. They gave me a little bit more shares and they gave me a little bit more on the base. I think there's a gain on a bunch of other areas too.
Tell me what your search process was like before that.
I've done it on my own for about a year. It's pretty lonely looking for a job. Even then, I had some like, well, I have all of this and they're still not choosing me, so what else can I do?
What do you think is the main trigger for you to make this investment in yourself and join the program?
I have tried it myself. I've had good success myself. But the pendulum keeps swinging. So if I could learn a little bit more, or again, or I could get a little bit of reassurance of the things that I'm doing from an actual person that's been around and done this in the past, then that's valuable enough for me to try. I won't lie, I was debating it quite a lot because I think it was a bit high of a cost and I didn't know if it was something that was going to get a lot of different things that I had tried in the past. But I think it was enough for me to take a chance and say, okay, let's just see how much I can learn from this. I didn't know how much it was going to be, but that was part of what attracted me because I thought it was just going to be primarily you. And then I got Niels and others. So I think in retrospect, also, maybe there's an opportunity to express to people that are not yet coming in that is someone beyond you and is more specified, because I think that that was very valuable to have. Niels helped me. He gave me those prompts. I had reassurance that my resume was good, as is. He wrote it up and then it came with this magical, like, awesome story. And it was not about someone else, it was something I did, and like it sounded awesome. So that made me feel really good about presenting myself as someone that has done those things, because I have done those things. I just did not talk about them with that much like impact. And that gave me that little boost of like, no, you've done quite a lot of things. Let's put those as your differentiator.
What would you say was the biggest shift or transformation for you from the program?
Community for sure. Well, that wasn't a shift. I think that was part of what I valued, what I enjoyed, because again, it's pretty lonely looking for a job, and so just having a community is nice. I could get a little bit of reassurance. John looked at my portfolio and he said, I don't have much to tell you. It looks pretty good. And I had never had that reassurance because nobody gives you feedback when you are interviewing. So having that possibility of feedback either from peers or from coaches was valuable. There's so much more value in the program with the specificity of them that I think it would only enhance the fact that it's your program with those people in there, you know?
And do you think in terms of interviewing or how you present yourself and these kind of things, has that had an impact on you? Have you learned something or two?
I definitely learned some things that I hadn't had before. I think your videos have a lot of information that I think is valuable. Some of the things I had heard before in maybe different ways, some of the things it was just nice to have again. To me, it was again a recenter or refocus moment, right? So I took them all in, not as new information, which honestly was good because I knew I could always learn something, and I did. The short answer to this is I did. I can't remember what specifics because I had some other things, having been in this cycle for so long. But I think it was nice to, again, connect those with like, okay, this is in the right track. Oh, this is a little bit extra that I could do.
What would you tell someone who is maybe in a similar situation to you before and are a little bit on the fence in terms of whether they should be doing it or not? What advice would you give them?
I feel like what I would have wanted to know or say is, if I understand what the program is and what the value is, I could have taken a leap much faster, or I could have even recommended it more earlier on, you know, like with what I knew so far. Because I feel like the community is one big thing. The coaches and the one-on-ones with the coaches that are beyond the one-on-ones with you, I don't think those are advertised, you know. So I feel like I would need more information or some sort of visualization of what I'm going to gain to have done a leap much more confidently and faster. I think in my case, I trusted enough in you to say, let's give it a chance. You guys are pretty flexible, and like you can watch the recordings if you're not there, or you were answering messages, and that made it flexible because then you don't feel like you missed out on potentially your assistance, right?